Greetings and welcome to another Lessons with Odin. This episode I've got for you something a bit quick, as it is the holiday season for those who do holidays. I don't particularly do holidays, but hey, it gives me a chance to do something quick and easy for y'all. So I've got this little piece that I have designed. I think it's pretty nifty. You can make this as an earring or as a pendant, whatever you wish to do. And I do have a couple of quote-unquote odd shapes on here, but these are a couple of my favorite shapes, so I have them on stock. And it also doesn't require a lot of materials if, you're making a pattern for a lot of people. Basically just DiamonDuos and DropDuos. You probably can do something to alternate these, like you could probably replace the DropDuos with SuperDuos or something. DiamonDuos, you could probably do like triangles or something, or I'm not sure, just play with the design and see what works and what doesn't. Oh, and I also have, what are these? Miyuki has them as spacers. These are Toho, Demi rounds. That's what I meant. But, yeah, simple design. And this is what the backside looks like, which, is kind of cool on its own, too, if you wanted to change up the color schemes a little bit to make that look a little bit, to make that the forefront. But, yes, this is what I will be showing you. And make with it what you will. And I'm also doing a sneaky peek reveal of the Patreon design, which is kind of like a step up from this piece. This one is using a 14mm Rivoli as a base. This one uses an 18mm, has some pearls, and a lot more pieces attached to it to kind of capture it in place. So, if you want to learn how to make this one, check out my Patreon page. It'll be up soon-ish. Maybe by the time you all have seen this video. So, anyway. So for this project, you will need a 14mm Rivoli or round Cabochon, 4 DropDuo beads, that's if you're only making 1. If you're making 2, you're going to need 8. 4 DiamonDuos or Gemduos, same deal, 4 or 8. 4 or 8 4mm fire polish rounds. Doesn't really matter what color they are, because it's just going to be on the back. You'll need 8 Demi rounds, or the 3mm Miyuki spacers, that's what they're called. Those are pretty even. And dangly part. An ear wire, or whatever you are going to be hanging this from. Size 15 seed beads, and size 11 seed beads. And of course, your needle and thread. I'm using a size 12 needle with my current favorite Hercules fishing line, which I'm actually running out of. So, with all that being said, let us get started. We're going to start off by threading on a set of 1 size 15 and 1 DropDuo, and repeating that 4 times until we have a pattern of 4. We're picking up the pointy side of our DropDuo. We're going to pull that down our thread, pass back through them all to form a loop, then with the tail end and the working thread, tie an overhand knot to secure the loop, so that you form a little plus side dealy bobber. Don't worry too much about the tail end because we don't need it. Now, we're going to pass immediately up to the top hole of the DropDuo that we're coming out of. I'm going to add 1 Demi round, 1 DiamonDuo, 1 Demi round, pass through the next top hole of the next DropDuo. You're going to repeat that all the way around, but you do need to make sure that all of the Gemduos or the DiamonDuos are facing in the same direction. So all pointy sides up, all flat sides down. And that is what we end up with. Now we're going to do some decoration. Now I'm going to pass my needle through until I am through a demi round that is in between one of the DropDuos. I'm going to add a size 15, a demi round size 15, and pass through just the demi round. That is next over, so that those beads cover the DropDuo, and we are in between the demi round and the DiamonDuo. Going to add a size 15, size 11, size 15, and pick up the top hole of the Diamond Duo, add a size 15 demi-round size 15 and pass back through the top hole of the Diamond Duo. And don't worry too much about where things are now, we're going to reinforce it once more. Going to travel down by adding on a size 15, size 11, size 15, and pass through the next demi-round in order to complete one stitch, or one pattern. And you're going to repeat that all the way around. So from here, you add 15, demi-round 15, go through the next demi-round. You add 15, 11, 15, and go through the top hole of the next Diamond Duo. You add 15, demi-round 15, wrap around the tip. Go down by adding 1, 15, 1, 11, 1, 15 through the next demi-round. And then go all the way around with that. And that is what you end up with, which, really, if you can put a loop of beads here, you can use this as an earring or a pendant by itself. But if you want a little extra sparkle, feel free to continue on. We're going to do one reinforcement row to make sure things are nice and snug. So I'm coming out of the demi-round between the drop duos. All I'm going to do is pick up the first size 15, skip over the demi-round, pick up the next size 15, and the next demi-round further. So that when I pull tight, that demi-round will pop up a little bit as the gap cinches. Next, I'm going to travel up through the Diamond Duo. I'm passing through a size 15, a size 11, and 2 size 15s to go up one side. I'm going to skip over the demi-round and pass back down through 2 size 15s, size 11, size 15. So when I pull that tight, the demi-round will pop up. I'm going to pass through the next demi-round and repeat. Now we're going to attach our doohickeys and our daily bobbers and anchors and shit. I moved so that my thread is coming out of a demi-round on top of one of these drop duos. I'm going to add a size 15, a demi-round, a size 15, pass back through that demi-round so that we have a right angle weave with that. And I'm going to reinforce it to make sure it maintains its shape. So I'm just going to pass back through all of those beads once more. Then I'm going to travel down, back through the demi-rounds. I'm going to go up the side of the Diamond Duo, all of those 4 beads, pass up through the demi-round in the center. I'm going to add on what's going to be my bail. In this case, it's going to be 7 size 15 seed beads. If I was going to add a jump ring to turn it into a necklace, and I'm using a closed jump ring, I would add that in right now. Then I'm going to pass back through that demi-round at the tip. I'm going to do double diamond right angle weave, so basically go through bead number 1, skip over bead number 2, and pass through bead number 3. Wrap that around so bead number 2 pops forward, skip over bead number 4, go through bead number 5, pass that around so bead 4 pops up, skip over bead number 6, pass through bead number 7, and back through the demi-round. So that's what our bail is going to look like. We're going to kind of repeat the same way. So I'm going to travel down, go through the center demi-round on the next drop duo, add my 3 beads and reinforce, go up. I'm going to skip over and add nothing to this one, to this Diamond Duo over here. Travel down, add a right angle weave here. I'm going to travel up through the one directly across the way, and I will add my dangly part. And we will add the dangly part by passing through the demi-round at the tip of the center Diamond Duo across the way from our bail. I'm going to add 2 size 15s, my dangly part 2 size 15s. If your dangly part is really wide where the hole is, you might need to add more, but I'm going to pass back through the demi round. You pull that through, then you'll reinforce that once or twice, then continue on, adding a right angle weave here, doing nothing, skipping through the diamond duo here, and then we will add the back, and you're going to want to end up going through the next drop duo all the way up to the second demi round towards the top to begin our wraps for the back of the bezel. Alright, so now you're going to want to make sure that you're working from the back of the diamond duo side to make sure that we have everything in the right direction, and we're going to start working on our bezel. So, I am coming out from the second demi round, coming out of the drop duo side. I'm going to add 2 size 15s, a 5mm fire polish, 2 size 15s, jump all the way over until I reach the demi round on the next drop duo bead. So all the way over here. Pull that through to start to bridge the gap. And repeat that all the way around. Then you'll want to slide in your Rivoli and then reinforce to make sure that cinches up nice and tight. Alright, the next step you're going to want to pass through until you are at the fire polish bead. You're going to add 2 size 15s, a demi round, and 2 size 15s. Pass back through the fire polish bead so that it forms a picot on top. Eventually it's going to fold down to the side, but don't worry too much about it now. You'll travel to the next fire polish bead and repeat your steps all the way around. Then, once you've done with that, coming out of a 4mm fire polish, we're going to jump up through the 2 size 15s until we get to the center demi round. Going to add 1 size 15 and jump over to the next demi round. That is towards the center. You might have to flip it over so that it folds into the center. So when you pull that tight, the 2 corners pinch in together. You'll repeat that all the way around until you've attached all 4 of those demi-round points. Then feel free to reinforce and end your thread. And then you will have your finished results. So, I think these are a really cute little quickie piece to do, and you can kind of see how the Rivoli on the inside has a little subtle sparkle on the inside. It's subtle, so if you don't even want to include it, you don't have to, but, you know, it's pretty and stuff. And if you want to go big or go home, there's also a pendant that you can do. I did this with a 27mm Rivoli, and all I did was basically expanded the right angle weaves across each point, so I've got it all around. I've got 8 tendrils, 4 for the diamond duos, and then 4 for the drop duos. If you want me to go into further details of that, then let me know, and I kind of just did that to cinch them all together. I put some tendrils on it, because I've been seeing a lot nowadays of the stones that are left mostly exposed, and you've got like a bare minimum bezel to keep it contained. I think Marcia DeCoster or Laura McCabe did one on their Etsy shop, and I've just been seeing these posts on how you have like most of the stones showing, so I kind of wanted to try one on my own. So I figured I'd expand that into a pendant. But, regardless, no matter what you do, it's a fairly quick design, and if you have like a huge list to fill, this is probably a good one to try out. So, let me know what you've done in your color combinations in the comments down below, or in our Facebook group at Creations from Lessons with Odin. And soon I will be having the further detailed pendant here that took a bit more steps. This one shows you a lot more techniques too. I'll have that one up on Patreon sometime soon, probably this week. So if you want to check that out, be sure to check out my Patreon page down below. Patreon.com/odins.musings. So, I think that will do it from me. Be sure to like up this video and subscribe if you want to see more bullshit from me. Check out all of my shenanigans all over the interwebs. You'll find links to all of my social media if you want to follow me around in the description box below. Check out my sci-fi. I just launched a book, and it's quite fantastical and spiffy and full of science and space opera goodness. So, all pertinent links will be down below. Thank you all so much for joining me, and of course, if there's anything I need to be trying out right now, feel free to let me know down below, and I will see you next time.